Hi boys and girls, auntie and uncle, welcome back to my channel. My name is CK and my channel is Ecology, where I bring my viewers around the world to see and explore. And today is a very special video. I am in Chinatown, Singapore. Now Chinatown, Singapore in Mandarin they call 牛车水 and in Hokkien 古茶水, which basically means cattle, car, water. But unlike other places in the world in Chinatown, Singapore's Chinatown is actually made out of 4 different suburbs. So it's not just one street or 2 streets or a block, it's 4 different suburbs. The 4 suburbs are Telok Ayer, Kreta Ayer, Bukit Pasoh and Tanjong Pagar. So these are the 4 districts which encircle a very large area. Singapore's Chinatown is the heritage heart of Singapore, and to walk through these streets are really to trace back the cultural heritage of Singapore. And this is really where I hang out whenever I'm in Singapore, because there are great food here and all the top tourist attractions are, among these streets. So in this video, I am going to bring you back in time and to explore the extraordinary Chinatown here in Singapore. And I'm gonna eat many delicious food that my local friends have suggested and bring you to some of the top attractions here in Chinatown, Singapore. So come along with me, I will bring you and explore one of my favorite places in Singapore, Chinatown.
In his 1822 Master Town Plan, Sir Stamford Raffles, the founder of modern-day Singapore, allocated the whole area west of the Singapore River for a Chinese settlement known as the Chinese Campong, envisaging that Chinese would form the bulk of future town dwellers. Singapore, the new land of opportunity, then had attracted many Chinese immigrants who expanded the original boundaries of this economically and culturally vibrant self-contained town. This self-contained kampong became home to many Chinese immigrants and a transit point for coolies going to Malaya. The original kampong was divided into zones for each Chinese community of the same provincial origin and dialect. The Cantonese occupied Temple Street, the Hokkiens were located in Telok Ayer Street and Hokkien Street, while the Teochew were settled in South Canal Road, Garden Street and Carpenter Street. Different trade were also confined to specific areas, so each street took on its own identity. For delicacies to deaf houses, there were businessmen, traders, craftsmen, hawkers, and peddlers to provide all of people's needs. Singapore Chinatown's physical development began from 1843, when more land leases and grants for homes and trade were awarded, particularly around Pagoda Street, Temple Street, Smith Street, Trengganu Street, Sago Street, and Sago Lane. This ethnic quarter expanded to the area demarcated by Telok Ayer Street, Singapore River, New Bridge Road, and Pagoda Street. Due to the overcrowding and congestion, many upgrading of shop houses and new developments took place at the end of 1983, and the street hawkers were housed in Kreta Ayer Complex. Meander through the colorful shop houses of the enclave, past iconic landmarks and historical places of worship which has been standing since the mid-1850s. Singapore Chinatown are today buzzing with energy, come day or night.
So here I'm at Maxwell Food Court. This is probably the most famous food court in all of Singapore. And Maxwell, situated here in Chinatown, a lot of people don't know it has a very long history. It started in 1929 as a wet market, and before that it was a burial ground for Chinese cemetery. In the 1930s, it then became a spot where all the Teochew Chinese opera happened during Hungry Ghost Month. Stayed open all the way during the Japanese occupation during World War II. Now every single stall here is very famous. They then started to renovate this place and it became the famous food court in 1987. A lot of people come here for Tian Tian chicken rice. Now Tian Tian chicken rice was discovered by Anthony Bourdain in 2006, and it is a long line if you want to try the famous Tian Tian chicken rice, but I'm gonna introduce you to something else which the local has highly recommend. Now I'm waiting for them to prepare it for me. It's opening at 11:30, a little bit early just to grab a spot. It's super difficult to grab a spot here in Maxwell because it's not so big. Surrounded by office building, and it gets very popular during lunchtime. So any moment now I'm gonna get the dish. Food is finally here, and of all the food here in Maxwell, all the locals tell me this is the best. This is Jinhua fish head bihun soup. Now to do a fish head bihun soup is a lot of work, and Jinhua has been making these bihun soup since 1986, and it's run by the old brothers, and all the locals in Singapore that I talked to said this is the best fish head bihun soup in Singapore. I mean, the line says it itself. It looks pretty amazing. The soup, remember to add the milk. It just smells incredible, my God. And look at the fish. It's fried so perfectly. And I ordered the grupa. This is $12. They're famous for their fresh tomato, tofu, and bak choy. The broth is thick, and because of the milk, it smells so incredible. Best. Open 11-ish, and people started ordering before they even start operating. So that's how popular they are. Average waiting time is 40 minutes, I think. This bihun soup is incredible, out of this world. Highly recommend. I am still thinking about that fish head noodle soup from yesterday. It's now early in the morning. It's about 7 a.m. and I am at Chinatown Complex. Now this is the treasure of Chinatown. Hundreds of hawker stalls here, each of them famous on their own, and tourists never really comes here. This is where Singaporeans have their breakfast. And what an amazing choice this place has. I'm on the second floor. Now plenty to choose from here, but what I recommend is, I think this is a national dish of Singapore. So this is called Chwee Kueh. It literally means water cake. And this white thing here is the cake. It is water and rice flour, and it's very watery. The cocoa thing here is the radish, the preserved radish. And this is very Teochew. I am so glad that Chwee Kueh is everywhere here in Singapore. Now this is Bedok Chwee Kueh, stall number 43. So I'm gonna have a taste. It's been a very long time since I had Chwee Kueh. I'm so dying for it.
the best Chwee kueh in town. This is so good. So, stall number 43, Bedok Chwee kueh. Next one is stall 84. Now, a lot of YouTubers have covered it. The best noodle in town. They are called Fatty Ox HK Kitchen. And look at this noodle. It's so amazing. This egg braised noodle for my breakfast. Look at that. I'm trying the soy sauce chicken noodle. Do you hear the crunchy sound? It is so juicy and tender. This is $5. It's so so good. Look at that. This is where the real food are, people. The Chwee kueh and the noodle here in Chinatown Complex. Cannot miss this on Smith Street. Hundreds and hundreds of stalls.
Meet my new friend, Michael. Michael, say hi to my audience.
Hi everyone, hi boys and girls, aunties and uncles.
He's my new friend here in Singapore, born, bred in Singapore. He's bringing me to Hong Lim Food Court. He's bringing me to the
Wanton Mee.
the famous Wanton Mee. Michelin star Wanton Mee. I cannot wait. This is Hong Lim, the first proper food court in Chinatown. Completed 1978. It's more like eat, so let's go.
Actually it's before that.
So, third generation, second generation?
I'm the third and the last.
Huh?
I'm the third and the last.
Oh, the third generation.
And the last generation.
No lah.
Yeah, after me nobody already.
You will have children one ma? No.
I am 50 years old.
Huh? No way. You have to train
No, I'm tired. I'm very tired. He knows me, he knows me for many years. He knows
If not, this is lost lah.
It's a loss. Really
lot of work.
After me, no more already. Really no more. So I really hope you like it. And I only really hope your audience like it. Singapore, nowadays nobody want to do this now. 我媽幫我。
我哋媽幫你。
我媽切緊叉燒。
Oh wow. Another 40 years can 啦。
No.
今日嚟食過係邊個咧？
我冇去睇嘅。
冇去睇啊 ？Anthony Bourdain、李光耀、李顯龍，有嚟吃過嘛？
都有啊。
都有啊。
Secretary 都有買，俾你擺靚靚。
Thank you。
好嗱，你封小飯嗎 ？Right。呢度真係食㗎嗬。西洋海綿口味嚇，真係西洋海綿口味。
So there we are. We waited what, half an hour?
Yes, half an hour.
Half an hour. That's not too bad because the sign say average wait is an hour plus. They open every day, Thursday close, and I must say the bowl is really presentable. Michelin since 2016. Lots of different variety from 450 Sing dollar to 850. So I ordered the 850. This is the 850 portion, and yours is.
Mine's the 550.
This is the small, so smallest to the biggest. You have been a customer since you were young, right? Here,
More than about 20 years.
More than 20 years.
Like it?
You know,
I'm not only tasting a wanton mee, I'm tasting the history of Singapore. It's a bit different from the Penang one because it's dry. It's really dry, but it's very chewy. 48, I think. Store number 48. That's a good number.
02-48.
02-48 is on the second floor. Oh, the char siu and the wonton really worth the wait. If you only have time for one attraction here in Chinatown, then I recommend the NUS Baba House here on New Road. Now, Baba and Nyonya are the first wave of Chinese immigrants that migrated from China to Southeast Asia. And along they bring with their culture and their heritage, and they came to Southeast Asia and they created a whole new set of identity, food, culture, and language here in Southeast Asia. And here at NUS Baba Nyonya House, they have preserved the entire house.
Built around 1895, once the ancestral home of a Peranakan Chinese family, namely the Wee family, the property was acquired by the National University of Singapore in 2006 with funds donated by Miss Agnes Tan in memory of her late father, Tun Tan Cheng Lok, a Malaysian businessman and community leader. You can only gain access to the Baba House by joining the daily guided tour every day at 10 a.m. as I did. Don't just gawk at the Nyonya Mansion. After the tour, a stone throw away is Siang traditional Ang Ku Kueh, where they are still making to this day delicious Nyonya cakes and dessert. They are famous for their Ang Ku Kueh, which literally means turtle cake. So don't forget to visit Siang Ang Ku Kueh. I highly recommend. These desserts are to die for.
I am absolutely feeling the heat sitting here. Not only am I sitting in front of dozens of charcoal stove, but the commotion around me is really insane. Here I am back at Chinatown Complex, and I'm here because of this, the clay pot rice of Lian He Ben Ji, stall number 199, which is a beautiful number, by the way. Everyone in Singapore says and tells me this is the best clay pot rice in all of Singapore. Now there's a trick to it. It's a 45 minutes wait. Never have I had to wait for a clay pot rice for 45 minutes. After half an hour, they gave me this, and after 30 minutes, they gave me this. It's a 45 minutes wait. The line is now so long that the waiting line is now about an hour and 15 minutes. They have the $8 to $20 size. This is an $8 size. Okay, I've been observing people around me how to eat, so I'm gonna stir the rice as much as I can. Now, they've been operating since 1979, and in 1983, they moved here to the Chinatown Complex. It's run by Madam Lim and her cousin and her sister. So they also nicknamed this place Three Sister Clay Pot Rice. This is oil that all the ingredients that I love. Chinese sausage, and the chicken looks absolutely juicy. Oh my God. Okay, enough stirring. The moment of truth. Oh my God, this is so mouth-watering. Oh my God. I taste the salty fish. You know, the long grain rice that they put in really makes a huge difference. So here it is. This is a national treasure. I think Michelin, whatever, it deserves every single award given to them. The Lian He Ben Ji clay pot rice here in Chinatown Complex. The best clay pot rice I ever tasted was in Pudu in Kuala Lumpur, but really this is it. Super highly recommend. Worth the 45 minutes wait. So boys and girls, that was my video for Singapore's Chinatown. Before I let you go, I also wanted to tell you that Singapore's Chinatown comes alive at night and there are numerous fantastic rooftop bars that you should not miss. I'm right here at Levant Bar here in Tanjong Pagar, and they just opened 2 years ago and they serve delicious food and drinks and fabulous view overlooking the entire Tanjong Pagar, which is one of the districts of Chinatown. What can I say about Chinatown Singapore? It is absolutely an amazing job they have done preserving their heritage, the efficiency, the cleanliness. It's absolutely amazing. This is one of the best Chinatown in the world, I think. So do visit Chinatown Singapore and help support my channel by buying me a coffee at buymeacoffee.com. You can watch more videos of Singapore right here. And I'll see you in my next video. Signing off from Singapore's Chinatown. Bye!